What is up, guys? It's
John.
Ken. Speakeasy Podcast. Welcome back, people.
Welcome back.
We are here, and we are...
Please don't say well. Please don't sing it when we start.
Yeah.
I won't. I promise, Ken.
Yeah. Yes, John. I missed you, bro. Though it's been quite some time since I feel like it's been forever since you've been over here. Yeah,
Only 2 weeks, but yeah, it feels like a lot longer than
I know. It's crazy, but I'm happy to see you here.
Same. Thank
I'm
you.
happy to be doing something fun, something that's going to bring back some memories.
Yeah.
Okay.
Favorite times that I've had in a long time.
Yeah.
We talk about probably too much, but that's fine because we loved it so much.
Yes, we did love it that much. So we are doing something that I've had a barrel strength Michter sitting on my shelf. Not this one, but I had another one that's been sitting on my shelf for quite some time, and I've just been kind of reluctant. I'm like, oh, do I want to open that yet? A couple of weeks ago, I got myself a second bottle that's a little bit newer, and I think it was one of those things like the other bottle I worked in on a trade, and I was like, I don't know why, but I kind of just valued it higher. It probably is. It's an older bottle, so it probably is valued a little higher as far as the money goes. But then now I see that Michter's barrel strength rise. They're kind of like all bourbon. They're starting to drop a little bit more in price. So
This is a rye.
No, bourbon.
Oh, okay, you said rye.
Oh, did I say rye?
Yeah, you said barrel strength rye.
Oh.
That's why I got confused.
I'm sorry. That was my fault. But yes, barrel strength bourbon is one
We've
that...
done so many ryes lately. I think that's why.
I know. I think we did a high rye, and then we did I know, and then we did smoke wagon. So rye's on my head. But I said, I go to John. I was like, you know what? I think it's time. I want to open up the barrel strength bourbon. And like I said, this one secondary now is under $200, which is good to see for this one in particular. So, and Michter's has quite some lineup between their regular bourbon, their regular rye. They have the American whiskey,
Toasted.
They have the toasted bourbon. They have the
like
toasted barrel strength rye. They have just the regular barrel strength rye. They have their Michter's 10-year rye, Michter's 10-year bourbon. They have the Michter's 20-year. They have
sour mash.
They have the Michter sour mash, which I'm not as much of a fan, but I do like the Shanks that comes out of Michter's, which is a sour mash as well. For some reason, you would think it would taste similar to that one, but no, I love the Shanks. They have the Bombergers. They have a lot going on at Michter's as far as options go. John had picked this particular one. We were at Michter's as his favorite, and I would have to agree with him.
Did I really?
Yes, you did. But he
gave it away.
That one away.
Who did I give that to?
I don't know, but I remember you mentioning you gave it away
I
to
gave it to a kid.
So when we were there, these were on like the top of the glasses, I think, and they were telling us what was in each one.
Yeah.
And John gave the best one away.
I did.
The one that he said that was his favorite.
Now I'll never find it again.
And he, for some reason, George Costanzas these things and keeps them in his wallet.
Yeah.
From back when we were in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Backstory, real quick. This was our first night in Louisville. We went out and we got pretty
hammered up.
Yeah. So, needless to say, the next morning, our whole crew was kind of hungover. I can't speak for everyone, but I could definitely speak for myself. And I know John, and I know for a fact a couple others were a little bit hungover, a little bit more than hungover.
A lot of it hungover. Yeah.
So we have our regrets that we're like, oh God, man, we didn't really get to experience Michter's the way we wanted to because, well, we made stupid decisions before. I don't want to say stupid decisions because we had such a good time.
That was a great time.
Yeah, we had such a good time.
When you step into a distillery, there's a smell to it, and they all have the same smell. So that morning, that smell didn't sit right.
It didn't resonate right.
No.
Yeah.
And then we went from 6 to 5 because, some of us weren't feeling great.
Yes.
Yeah. But as soon as that first sip hits, man, when they say hair of the dog, is that the expression?
Yeah, hair of the dog that bit you. Yeah.
That worked for me, man.
It didn't necessarily work for me, but it definitely helped a little bit.
Woke me right up.
Yeah.
Because after that, we moved on, man. We were good. We did Old Forester. We ate lunch. Yeah, we moved on, man.
I know. Oh, yes.
Thank God for the Louisville Slugger.
Louisville, there was a nice break in it. But the lunch, I remember I got that grilled cheese with the onions, and then I had the worst heartburn after that.
Yeah, you weren't feeling good.
And I was like, oh, God, I shouldn't have got the onions. I should have played it safe. The rules before we went to Kentucky was don't eat anything you know is going to mess you up. No spicy food. First day, Jim Beam, we had like...
We had spicy empanadas.
we didn't follow those rules all the time. And, you know, some of our decisions maybe, weren't the best. But at the distillery was the first time that I was able to try that barrel strength bourbon. And I was about to say rye again. The barrel strength bourbon. And we all... At least for me and John, agreed that was probably our favorite. Yeah. So this is marking the occasion of having the barrel strength bourbon for the first time after that trip, which is cool.
That's awesome. I haven't had it since.
Yeah, it's been some time. What's that now? About a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, time flies.
Time does fly. Here we are, guys. Michter's Barrel Strength Bourbon coming in at 110.6 proof, 55.3% alcohol. Perfecto. Yeah, that is a good proof.
Right?
That is a good proof. You know, sometimes people say the magic number is 107, you know, because you see a lot of like your Weller Antique 107, your WB Saffel coming out of Wild Turkey 107, your Bakers, you know, and you know, you have a lot of these at 107 is the magic number. 110. 110 does seem good. And John and I, who typically lean more towards the higher proof stuff, you know, we don't mind it if it was a 115, I think, too, you know, or 120.
That's dark.
Don't hate.
No, I don't hate. I love everybody.
All right. Oop, got a little in my hand. Oh, ooh.
Sir, you smell like... Can I see your driver's license and your registration, please? Why do you smell like that? I can't let it go to waste, officer. I had to rub it in my hand.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to smell with my mouth first.
Just the mouth. Let's see what happens. I'm
not getting much as I did before.
Dude, I'm throwing something weird out there right now, and it's the first thing I thought of. I thought eggnog. I don't know why.
I don't drink eggnog.
Oh, I just thought eggnog.
I don't think I've even had it.
Through the mouth. And a little bit of that kind of eggnog, hints of banana note.
I do get hints of banana note.
It's so weird. It's so weird. We just joking around about doing this the last episode. Now the nose and the mouth. Okay.
That smells phenomenal.
And we get more of that oakiness.
Just the nose.
Just the nose. Just the tip. Ooh. Okay.
That's 3 different notes from
3
different holes.
Hey, we're learning things here. We are learning things here, man. Wow. I don't know. I mean, you're obviously going to get a little more of the heat with the mouth closed.
Yeah. I am getting that banana-ish type of smell.
I'm getting a little leather.
Brown sugar.
I want some of you.
It smells delightful.
It does smell good.
I think the first time I smelled it, I gagged.
Yeah. Oh, man. Something else.
Ooh, shake it around. Yeah. It changes up the game.
I'm getting slight hints of nut, maybe. Like a walnut, maybe? I don't know. Slight hints.
I get a little bit of cherry, man, when I do this.
Yeah, let's move it around. I don't know. I got something else when I did that.
Right? It changes. It changes drastically.
I'm getting more leather forward on that nose. Yeah.
All right. Enough with the nose. I can't wait.
All right.
Let's see if this brings back memories.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Ooh. I'm tasting spice.
Uh-huh. Nice Kentucky hug.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely hanging out right on that chest.
It is nutty, woody. A little bit of tobacco, a little leather.
I'm getting some of that sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
Slight notes of vanilla. Not too crazy.
I feel like I taste the char of the barrel, man.
Yeah.
It's like you taste where it came from.
Yeah.
What's the how long is this in the barrel for? What's a barrel strength is in normally what?
I don't know what this one
Doesn't say?
Yeah.
Because it is very dark.
What does it say in the back? Special release, barrel strength, Kentucky. After full maturation, each individual charred white oak barrel of this U.S. is bottled at a particular strength. It's been mellowed by our signature filtration. I don't know. I don't know if it has any kind of age statement on there. Yeah. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I could pick up on right off it. Just that initial sip, I get that nuttiness. Just like right off the bat when it's going down. Yeah. Slight nut. Like that walnut or but it's sweet. It's got some complexity to it. It's medium in color. Some slight viscosity to it. Yeah. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't know. It's got nice spice to it, I feel like, too.
Yes, it 100% does.
Yeah, some nice spice. Overall, pretty solid. I mean, what would you say as far as what would you price this at? If you were, what would you pay for it?
Oh, man. Well, I mean,
so secondary, like I said, right now is between the 150 to 2 range. Right now, I'm sure they at the distillery is probably under 100.
Yeah, I would go for. I'd spend $80, 85.
85.
I'd go 80. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, this was your favorite.
Yeah, I would go. Yeah, I mean, I would probably even go. Like if I saw on the shelf for 100, I might even.
I would pay. I would say I would top it at 125.
125, you top it at? Yeah. I'd probably top it at 100, but I'm poor. So.
No, but I'm just saying what the value is though for it. You've spent.
All right. Yeah. All right. Going in blind, no. Yeah. Right. Going in knowing, if I saw that sitting on the shelf, I'm like, John, there's one left. It's 125.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably.
Yeah,
the wallet
I would pull the trigger.
Yeah,
on that.
I'd pull the trigger.
125.
150. I would strongly think about it and pray my wife wouldn't find out.
That's the great thing. They never know how much these bottles are worth. Like they can be like, come to the bar and like pick up, like recently I just got a President's Choice Old Forester. Pick it up and like, oh, what do you got going on here? And I'm like, oh no, you know.
Yeah. No, then you go onto the Breaking Bourbon website, and they'll tell you the MSRP. And normally they'll be like $65.
Yeah.
$45. You'd be like, look, I only paid $65.
I know. Well, yes, like I have a birthday bourbon over there. I paid I think $140 for or something like that. That I know what it goes for, you know, and it's gonna, you know,
Let's correct that too.
Yeah, no, I haven't come around to that
the
yet.
Poor man's birthday. The poor man's birthday.
Yeah. That particular one, though, I haven't opened yet. Yeah, so, but yeah, you know,
yeah. So I mean, I think the newer bourbon people. So I'm starting to really try to boost my collection.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes you go more with names than you do anything else, right?
Yeah.
So we recently did a transaction. Like there's certain things I want on my shelf.
Yeah.
I will open everything.
Yeah.
But there's certain things I want to have on my shelf.
Yes.
You know, I always wanted a Stag. I always wanted an H. Taylor.
I traded John a couple bottles for. So he traded technically the word would be is he traded down, I traded up, because he had 2 of one bottle, and I kind of matched the value of his bottle for the value of 3 bottles, and I think you did all right with it though. Because
I think so, but I mean, like I said, like with the E.H. Taylor and like the Stag, I don't remember what those taste like. I'm sure we did them.
Yes.
But I want to have that name on my.
We had that episode
shelf.
with Jay. It was like an anniversary episode. I think it was 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, or something. And we all picked one that we said was our go-to at the time. And I think you picked the E.H. Taylor.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jay, I think. I don't know. One of us picked like a Michter's rye or something, and we all kind of picked something that we thought was.
And I think Michter's is one of those brands, whether it be the cheaper. What's the cheaper? The one right now, if you see it on shelf, it's like $40-$45. Not the rye.
For Michter's?
For Michter's, yeah. Whatever it is.
They have the American whiskey. They have the regular bourbon. Yeah,
the regular bourbon. You see that? I just feel like you need to have a Michter's on your shelf.
Yeah, like a small batch.
If you're a bourbon guy, you need to have a Michter's on your shelf. Just like Buffalo Trace. You need to have a Buffalo Trace on your shelf.
Yeah.
Whether or not you like it, because honestly, it's like
it's a flex in a way. Sometimes you're like
it's a good mixer, or it's like my first bourbon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but you want to have that on your shelf.
Yeah.
I want an E.H. Taylor. I want a Stag.
Yeah.
Michter's is next. I don't have a Michter's. I have a Woodford.
Out of what I had traded for you, the toughest one for me to trade was the Stag.
The Stag, yeah.
Because it's a go-to for me, and it's one I like a lot. It's a solid.
That particular one. Because I see the numbers and the letters. There's so many now.
Yeah, I gave you this batch here.
The 24.
Yeah, because I have it already, and I've tried it already, so I'm kind of like, it's all right. I can go.
No, I mean, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think as I'm trying to build my collection, and as a newer bourbon person, there's certain brand names that you want to have on your shelf.
Yeah.
And it's nice. Whether you open it or not, you want to have them on your shelf.
Yeah.
And I think Michter's is one of those, man. You want to have a Michter's on your shelf. Because
Do you have Michters on your shelf?
I don't. I soon will, though.
Yeah.
I want a Michter's toasted barrel.
Yeah.
And that's going for a lot of money right now. So I'm just waiting to pull the trigger.
They've gone down. They're under 2 now.
That's why I'm waiting. Yeah. I'm waiting.
They're under 2 now. You can get
I feel like if I wait a little bit, I probably will pick up the Michter's rye because I do like that a lot.
Yeah.
And that's not that crazy.
No. But the 10 years now have gone up in value. So a lot of bourbons have gone down in value, but the 10 years actually are going up. They're going up. Yeah. Which makes it a little tough too if you want to.
Even like the Elijah Craig toasted, Total Wines had like a sale on it like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
My buddy picked it up for a good price, and I was like, shit. I went there and I was too late.
Yeah.
But I it's not one of my favorites. I would prefer the Michters. The only Michters I really don't care for was the sour mash, but
I won't pay more than $50 for the Elijah Craig. By the way, you can get it for
it was on sale for like $39.99.
Oh yeah.
But I don't remember the sour mash. I remember it being the worst one we had.
I was not a fan.
But I was hungover, and I wasn't, as much as now I am, into it as I am.
Yeah. Yes. And it's interesting that you say that because you're in it enough now, you're into it enough now where you can actually appreciate it.
Yeah,
more,
100%.
And you can. I remember when I first got into this with the whole bourbon thing, and our buddy Jay, who's been on the show, he said to me, "Oh, Ken, you want to try this E.H. Taylor? You want to try this Weller? You want to try this?" And I said, No, I don't want to try it. And he's like, "Really? This is good stuff." I was like, "That's exactly why." I said, "I need to be able to respect it.
Yes.
I need to be able to understand it. My palate has to be ready for something that, it might be a little bit higher end, I guess, before I can try it."
Yeah, and that was always me.
I said, "Don't
100%.
waste it on me."
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to be able to understand the complexities of it.
And I was explaining it to my wife because I was bringing up how, like you had texted me that you bought the Presidents.
Yeah.
And I said, and we were talking about it, Dustin had that in his flight when we went to Old Forester.
Yeah.
He got the expensive flight, and he asked me if I wanted to try it. And I was like, no, you paid good penny for that.
Yeah.
that's not going to mean anything to me.
I tried it.
You know? Whereas now, if we go now, I might be like, let me get a sip of that, you know?
Yes. So, and he's like, Ken, you got to, I was like, if you insist.
Yeah.
But it was very good. Yeah. It was very good. And the thing with those President's Choice, man, they have all different notes and all different, like, this one I am so afraid to open, but I want to open it so bad.
Don't open it now.
No, I won't open it just yet. Not just yet.
And folks, being on this podcast, I am blessed that you let me have your stuff. Like, this is, I would never get this stuff anywhere. Like, the things that I've tried, I would never have in my life.
Well, I think of Freddie. I think of Freddie Johnson.
100%.
Bourbon's meant to be shared with friends.
They are. They are.
Yes.
That's why as soon as I buy a bourbon, man, I'm like, I don't have many people near me. I got Chris.
Yeah.
But I don't have many people near me that was like, let me come over and have some bourbon with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So my bottles are filled, and it's just me drinking them.
Yeah.
You know, and that's hard.
I think that if I was at your house and I had the bottles you had, they probably would have been done by now. Because I drink more. Bourbon's a nightcap for me. So it's every night I'll have 2 small pours or something, and just it's good. I rest well. I get a nice sleep, and it's just a nice finish.
And
to
honestly,
the day.
in the past 3 or 4 months, that's kind of been my case. So I'm starting to go through them more.
Yeah.
Because I'm not drinking beer really anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
But I told you, like sometimes you get bored with your selection.
Yeah.
And, or you stand there and you stare and you're like, I don't know.
So you're pretty excited today. You're leaving with a couple of...
I am extremely excited. Like I said, I am going to open up all 3 of those bottles. And I'm stoked that we opened the smoke wagon because now I can drink it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool when we did that.
And then even on my cruise, I brought home a Woodford rye. All right,
Yeah.
it's just a Woodford. But I've never had the rye, and I got it for a decent price.
Yeah.
And I'm going to open that and see how that is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But back to the Michters. Solid, good, love the juice.
Love it, man.
There's a reason why we picked this as our favorite when we were there. We're sticking to it, and
it's really good.
Yeah, solid stuff. Cheers to that.
Yeah, wow, I forgot. We went on that for a while. Huh? Anyway,
so you mentioned, John, that you are not doing beer as much. You're not doing certain things as much as.
So the only time I'll drink a beer is if I'm here for the show, or if I'm actually at a brewery.
Yeah.
And when I'm at the brewery, I'll actually kind of take it easy, not like I used to. You could put them down. And reason being is because I am on my own little journey right now.
Yeah.
In 2017, I had weight loss surgery. I was 320 pounds. I had weight loss surgery, and I got down to like 195. And then pandemic happened, and I really started drinking and eating again.
Yeah.
And I gained a lot of it back. I'm not going to say all of it because I didn't get back up to that.
No, you didn't, because I remember how you were back in originally to
but I gained a lot of it back. I'll say more than half.
Okay.
Back. So now I'm not doing whoa Zambic, which we dedicated an episode to.
Yes, we did talk about it.
I am doing Manjaro. I am not diabetic. I don't have thing, but I used to be diabetic.
Mm-hmm.
The surgery kind of took that away. My latest blood work came back. My A1C was not diabetic yet.
Yeah.
But they call it on your way.
Yeah.
So my doctor said, why don't we try Manjaro?
Yeah.
And I was 100% for it. Mm-hmm. And I am on week 7.
Mm-hmm.
And I am down 26 pounds in 27.
Good.
It could be more, but I don't work out or like I should, which I'm waiting for the warm weather.
So the regimen is about 50% there at the moment, maybe.
Yeah. So right now it's strictly diet.
Yeah.
And what it's doing is I don't want to eat, man.
Yeah.
It really does work where it takes away your hunger.
Yeah, I would say is one thing that I miss is John saying, "Do I want to pick up some sandwiches?"
And I feel awful every time I come here. And I'll pick up sandwiches. Like if you want, Vinny's Mutts, I will stop there, 100%.
Absolutely not.
But I will. It doesn't bother me.
No, I know, and I know you will.
It's strange, dude.
But I am so happy that this is a health choice. This is something that I can never say anything bad about, and to better your life.
But you know what the weird part is it's not meant. It's
I gotta stand. I'm sorry.
I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
It's not me.
Yeah.
I'll take a cup of broccoli, and I'll throw it in the air fryer. And
Yeah.
I'll eat that for dinner.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But the taste doesn't, because it's just you filling the.
I want
gas
something
tank.
light, and I want something green.
Yeah.
I fast now.
Yeah.
I usually don't eat after 6 or 7 o'clock,
All right.
and I won't eat the next day until after noon.
Oh wow, that's a big fast.
Yeah. So I usually eat. I'm going to say between 12 and 7 is when I
Okay.
eat most of my food.
All right.
Which is not much. I'm eating a lot more meat,
Yeah.
a lot more chicken. I
Less
haven't
bread.
had fast food in 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really eat bread.
Yeah.
I just don't want it, and I can have it. There's like keto bread, and there's different types of bread. I don't want it.
Yeah.
It's a strange feeling. dude.
I'm sure.
My surgery, I wanted it, but I couldn't have it. I throw up. This, I just don't want it.
Interesting.
It's odd, dude. It's
Yeah.
odd. Yesterday, last week was my wife's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
I got a grilled chicken with a side of broccoli and carrots and a side of string beans. I ate like half of it, and then I ate the next half for lunch. And it's strange, dude. And I didn't care about the chicken. I wanted the broccoli and the carrots and the string beans. It's odd.
You actually craved it?
I do.
Wow.
I do.
It's almost like your body's craving the vitamins or something. Like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. My body wants like good stuff in it.
Yeah.
My body's like, dude, you fucked up. You ate so much crap. Please give me something good.
Yeah. Interesting. I've always been curious about that stuff, and the whole weight loss thing. I guess the only big concern is how long do you have to take it for? How long does it,
Yeah, that I can see that being the problem because that's what they say. Once you're off it, and I think your insurance only covers it for so long because once you're back in a healthy mode, your insurance is like, well, I'm not giving that to you.
Well, what's considered a healthy mode? Not obese
know.
or like, you
I
have
don't
certain,
know. I don't know. So I go back for blood work in a couple more weeks.
Yes, which full disclosure,
after 3 months,
what
they want
is
you to-
America? Probably 75% obese.
Oh,
yeah, it's crazy.
100%. We're laughed at as a nation because nobody else is as obese as we are.
Yeah. Yes, everyone, including myself. It's.
But you know how I work it too is I give my shot on Sunday afternoons.
Yeah.
So Saturday morning, every Saturday I'll wake up and that's when I weigh myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then that'll be my cheat day. But my cheat day isn't like going to McDonald's or Burger King or whatever. It might be like a slice of pizza with a salad. It might be a chicken taco. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going crazy. It's not a Jersey Mike's big sandwich or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just I just don't want that.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
It's weird.
Yeah.
And the air fryer is my best friend.
Yeah.
I do my grilled chicken in there. I do a shit ton of fish now.
Yeah.
Cod and flounder almost on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I eat no red meat.
No red meat.
I don't do red meat.
Oh, I thought protein was part of it, though. I thought that was...
protein is huge. I just don't crave red meat.
Wow.
No. On the cruise, the first thing I did was I was like, I need a burger. And I want a burger, and I did no bun, just a burger with sauteed onions on top from the buffet. I ate like half of it, and I was just like, meh.
Yeah.
Did nothing for me.
Wow.
But the roasted chicken was awesome.
Yeah.
And the salad was so good.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at right now. And I hope it lasts. And I hope that even if I have to get off the shot, I hope my mind stays this way.
Yeah.
Because it's all about training. Like I said, we did Texas Roadhouse. Then we went home because I got my wife a cake for her birthday. And I had a sliver. And I ate some of it, and I was like, I don't.
You're like, all right, I'm done.
Because you also feel guilty, too. You're
Yeah.
like, I put this much work in.
I
Like, I don't
know.
wanna screw
I
it
know.
up,
I
you
know. I know. It's in a way, it's been kind of. I know the journey you've been on and everything. It's been some kind of inspiration for me too, as well, because, I see the changes you're going through in your life, and then I start to say, there's things I can do better myself. So certain things I try to. I'm trying to get off the bread myself personally a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then it's funny because I'm trying to get off the bread. And then Andrew, my buddy, gave me a loaf of bread that he baked the other day. And I'm like, oh, man, this is tough.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I do. So like my typical day would be either I'll make like a tuna. And I'll throw stuff in it. I'll throw almonds in it or pecans. And
I
I'll
love
throw
tuna though.
Cucumbers.
Man. I could do tuna
and
every day. Like,
yeah,
tuna's
same.
Yeah.
But one of my go-to lunches is sliced cucumbers and cheddar cheese.
Okay. I think that's one of those don't knock it till you try it, Ken, kind of things.
I don't know
I'm
why.
not sure. Yeah.
I buy those little mini cukes.
Yeah.
And we'll get the 10-pack. And my wife will buy like 2 or 3 packs, and I'll go through a whole package of cucumbers in a week.
Nice.
It's strange. I got my little Wawa sandwich.
Yeah.
That
I know you love those Wawa sandwiches.
It's this big, and I asked for extra cucumbers.
Yeah.
Just throw a lot of turkey and a lot of cucumber.
Yeah. Nice. We've been trying to incorporate as a family more ground chicken, ground turkey.
So I never had ground chicken.
Yeah.
I always did ground turkey, and I hate it.
Yeah.
And being that I don't really like ground beef anymore, I was like, let's try ground chicken. And my wife said, nah. I did the ground chicken with a small can of corn, a small can of black beans, onion, pepper, and a little bit of fajita mix.
And it tastes,
Bro,
it's like the meat. It's like beef. That's the thing. Like I made Greek meatballs the other day.
That's awesome.
And I did. It's basically everything you'd put in a regular meatball, but you're using ground chicken. All the spices take. The only thing that is different, which I don't mind, is the texture. Chicken is much softer, which is not a bad thing necessarily.
No, but the taste isn't bad.
No, not at all.
You just got to spice it up. It's blah. Ground chicken is just blah until you do something to it.
Yes.
But I'm telling you, if you like a good taco or fajita, like ground chicken with a little bit of corn, black beans, onions, peppers, and a little bit of taco meat, they sell these little keto-friendly tortillas, and you can make like a little taco out of it.
Yeah.
And it's just, if I was like on a work, so I was doing YouTube, hit workouts on YouTube for a little bit, and then I hurt my back a few weeks ago, and I haven't really done much since because I'm still feeling it.
Yeah.
I'm afraid now. It's that it was so bad that now I'm afraid to do anything. But once I start getting back into that walking routine and that workout routine, it'll probably come off even more.
Yeah.
So right now it's just strictly diet, And even when I went on my cruise, I gained a pound.
Yeah.
Which I probably shouldn't gain anything.
It's a cruise. If you gained a pound on a cruise, I would say that's success.
Yeah. And I would eat pizza at night, you know what I mean? After drinking and
But I'm sure the alcohol had a lot to do with that too, though.
And then I found out, you look it up, and bourbon and whiskey is keto friendly, dude. Yeah. There's, they say, oh, it's high in sugar, Yeah, but there's not really.
Yeah. There could be worse things to drink.
There could be worse, like beer.
I know they say when it comes to dieting, they say stick to the clear alcohols, but
Right. But when we're drinking whiskey, right, what do? It's that much.
Yeah.
And we're sipping it.
Yes, it's that much.
And then
it's
we
only
bring out a beer and we're drinking this.
And it's that much. It's only like 10 glasses. So.
Yeah. But you can do that beer.
Yeah.
With all those carbs and calories, or you can do a little bit.
Yeah. Just a little here, a little there. It's crazy because from the perspective of where we were not even 5 years ago. I would say maybe because we've been doing the podcast for, I would say, let's say 4 to 5 years ago, where we were then compared to where we are now. Back then, for me to even think of giving up beer would be like you would think that's completely nuts.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we and I can't necessarily speak for you, but I'm going to speak for you. We were craft beer nerds. We liked our craft beer. We loved our craft beer. We drank a lot of craft beer. And to even think of an alternative was unheard of.
We still do.
Yes.
But not like we used to.
We listen to our bodies a little bit more now. And for me in particular, a little TMI, but beer makes me bloated and gassy and all that stuff. And I just can't do it anymore.
And it did before too, but we dealt with it because it tasted so good.
I know. I mean, we had to. Yes, we definitely dealt with it more.
When I first started going to Bricks, Bricks is known for their lactose, right? More lactose, the better, you know. And then and it's not even a choice where my body doesn't want it anymore, man.
No.
If I'm getting on the cruise, I drank the only few beers I drank was I had a Miller Lite.
Yeah.
I had a Stella.
Mm-hmm.
I had a Michelob Ultra. And I had a Newcastle.
Yeah.
That's the only beer I drink.
Yeah.
You know, and one of each.
Did anyone else drink bourbon, or was just you drinking bourbon?
No, just me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything else was whiskey and bourbon.
And as far
everything,
as
and it wasn't cocktails.
As like a social
everything was neat.
aspect of it, does that affect anything, or you're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing, and we're having fun? Is that kind of what it is?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
It's not like you need to drink beer because I'm drinking beer or
nope.
whatever.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Absolutely not.
Gotcha.
I went with Joe and my wife, and my wife didn't drink much, but Joe, he's not a big drinker either. You know? He would go. We dipped into the Trulies.
Okay.
I had a White Claw in the pool one morning.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, all right, let me get a cocktail. Let me do like a rum cocktail. Yeah. Let's cruise. Blah blah. And I was like, this sucks. Give me a Gentleman Jack neat. Give me a Jack Daniels neat. Give me an Elijah Craig neat. I didn't want an old fashioned. I didn't want this. I just want this, dude.
Old fashioned could get. You have to when it comes to old fashions, you have to watch out because there is a lot of sugar in that.
Yeah, it can be too sweet.
It can be too sweet.
And it takes away from the good stuff.
Yes, and you can get turned off to it relatively quick, almost.
Yeah.
You're almost better off doing something with, like a splash of lime or like something that is not going to be super sweet. We got to start thinking about that, dude. We got to start thinking about other cocktails we can have that aren't super sweet and that we can just have like whiskey in this, whiskey in that,
100%. I like to have Buffalo Trace and Diet Coke.
Yeah.
This was probably the best drink I had the best cocktail I had in the whole cruise. I actually took a picture of it.
Okay.
It's called Black and Gold. That's what they called it.
Okay.
It was Buffalo Trace with peach schnapps, a little bit of sour mix, splash of cranberry, and a little bit of ginger ale.
The sour mix makes me nervous.
Well, it's a sugary sweet drink.
Yeah.
But it was very, very delicious.
I'm sure it was good.
Very
but you
delicious.
can only have one of those.
One. That's it. After I drank that, I went to a Miller Lite.
Yeah. Like I don't even want I just want something that like whiskey and water with like a lime juice or something, or something, unique,
like seltzer.
Yeah. So when I, the other day, a couple weeks ago, actually, I went to my friend's kid's birthday party or stuff, and we had some bourbon, we had some beer, or whatever. But at the end of the night, he goes, "Do you want any gin?" And I've grown a fondness for gin. I don't know. Maybe it's the bitter. I don't know what it is. Yeah. He goes, "Do you want a gin and tonic?" And he's like, "I'll make it my way and stuff." And it was so good. Not sweet at all.
Good.
It was nice. It was nice to have. It was the gin, the tonic. He did a. It wasn't regular cucumber. It was like I might like I don't know if he might even said it was an English cucumber or something like that. Just like a smaller.
Yeah, sometimes you buy those little ones. There's no seeds.
Yeah. He put the cucumber in it. I'm like,
interesting,
fantastic. Yeah. I can do these. I can sit with these for some time.
Yeah.
And not worry about getting sick of it.
Yeah.
You know?
My buddy Chris over the summer was at his house and he's like, you want this drink that I drink? And I'm like, yeah. What is it? And he did a little bit of bourbon. I don't remember what kind of bourbon he used.
Yeah.
And he sliced a peach and he put the peach in the bourbon and mixed it around.
Okay.
And then he put the 0 sugar peach Snapple in it, just a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
It was so good.
My whole thing is I can't do 0 sugar anything. I can't do diet. I can't do. I don't like I call it dirty sugar. Yeah. I can't do dirty sugar.
So I don't do like if I want a soda or something carbony, I do like Coke Zero or Pepsi Zero. I can't do diet. Yeah. That aspartame taste I don't like.
Yeah.
But I've been drinking 0 Snapple lately.
I can't do the stevia.
I've learned how to.
I can't do it. I can't.
But I also drink.
I'd rather have no sugar than that.
Yeah, I'm also drinking 130 ounces of water a day. I bought one of those big things that tell you how to go. And,
that's the way to do it.
I pee every 30 seconds, but.
So when I think we had this discussion at some point, they have liquid IV or whatever.
Yeah, I bought it when we went to Kentucky for the hangovers.
I had it too. Yeah, but it is. I would say 90% of these liquid IV type supplements or drinks are like Gatorade in powder form in a way.
Yeah,
they all put that damn dirty sugar.
Yeah,
I'm like,
aspartame and stevia.
I would rather have 0 sugar, nothing, and just drink flavored water.
Same.
Than drink that shit.
Same.
I don't like it.
I bought that. I paid a lot of money for it too, for that big package for us when we went to Kentucky. And I was like, I had one, and I was like, this is fucking disgusting.
Yeah. Yes. Give me one that is no sugar. I don't care. No sugar. Yeah. But you know what, Johnny? I'm happy to hear that it's going well. You lost. That's a decent amount, bro, within that amount of time.
7. I mean, like I said, I was hoping it could be a little bit more.
Yeah.
But, what's the rush, right? I mean, I got to do it right. You got to be healthy. I take all my vitamins.
Well, it's a learning experience, and
I take a lot of vitamins. I take a lot of. I do prebiotics. I'm
Yeah.
going regular if I go at all.
Ooh.
And I've never done that in my life.
Yeah.
So
good morning.
Yeah.
That's like a Dukalex commercial.
Dukalex.
Good morning. But I'm happy to hear.
I'm hoping.
It's going in the right direction. I think any kind of weight loss is the right direction.
Yeah.
And
I'm not suffering.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good part of this
Yeah.
miracle drug.
And I told you the last time I saw you, even the last time I saw you, I started to see a difference already. So.
I mean, even like, I'm wearing my Pirates Republic shirt. I outgrew it, dude.
Yeah.
Like I haven't worn it in a long time.
John goes to me the other day. He's like, Ken, I think I have to get a new podcast shirt because it's getting a little big on me now.
It's a little big.
Yeah, so that's always good news, man.
So.
Or you put it in the dryer now. You can put it in the dryer now.
Well, I'm starting to put my clothes in the dryer. It's crazy, right? Usually I stretch it, I hang it.
I need to get to that point.
I'm starting to put my clothes in the dryer. That's when you know you're doing good, when you start putting your clothes in the dryer.
Yeah. Instead of the damp dry.
Yeah. I mean, the only bad thing, like my ring falls off now.
Yeah.
My Speakeasy bracelet just.
But it's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing.
I'm feeling good for the first time in a long time.
I'm happy to hear it, man. I'm happy.
The depression is starting to wear off.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
When you start to feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm not suffering, like I said. I'm
and like I said, I'll look at you as an inspiration for my own personal journey. And I'm happy that it's working for you. So
hopefully I don't fall off the wagon and it continues.
Yeah. No. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. So keep
when you're seeing the numbers and you're seeing the results, it just motivates you more.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if I can do it, anybody can freaking do it because I've been dealing with this crap
and
since I'm a little boy.
Not necessarily Bonjaro. I don't know if they may have, but I know they lowered the prices of Ozempic lately too.
Have they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my doctor told me to pick, and he recommended this one.
Yeah.
Because this one was more for the weight loss.
Yeah.
And they said the Ozempic was more for the sugar.
Yeah.
And Wegovy's more for the sugar.
Well, yes, it was
Ozempic also has a history of like a little bit of pancreas issues.
Oh, okay.
And I think this one tested less. For
Yeah.
that. And then, there's others too. There's generic brands.
Yeah.
And,
well, yeah, I mean, they found this out because they created a diabetic medication, Ozempic, which was made for diabetes, and that was a side effect of it. It's just like the little blue pill, Viagra.
Yeah.
That was a heart medication,
Yeah.
and it was a side effect of a heart medication. And was that,
and people say, oh, you're stealing, diabetic people's medicine because they're going to run out. If you're doing it because you're fat, people are not going to have medicine because they're diabetic.
Come on, dude.
And no, because it goes hand in hand, man. Obesity and overweight, you get diabetes.
That's a disease too. Yeah, it's something that and they're not going to run out. They're not going to because trust me, they're going to find their way to make more because
so much
if they're not making it, they're not making money. So they got to make sure they make their money. So that's how it is. That's
the only way it's never going to run out. They're just going to want us to keep being fat and diabetic so they can keep giving us these freaking drugs to pay for it.
No.
But no, that's it. We'll see what happens.
Glad to hear, man.
Yeah.
Glad to hear.
We'll update in a few weeks and see what happens.
Absolutely. Well, cheers to that. Awesome Michters. But we were happy to revisit some of those memories we had out in Kentucky at the distillery and with good times with friends. It's just as good as when we had it, even though I was a little hungover at the time. I think it was still fantastic. John.
We'll get back there.
You're doing your thing. I'm happy to hear it, bro. I want to keep seeing that progress, and hopefully, I could join you personally in that. And
almost bikini season.
Yes, well, that's a good thing right now. It's warmer weather, so I'm gonna find myself getting out more and doing more walking 100%. Now. So that's the goal. That's the goal. Yeah. Cheers, bro.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Peace.
All right.